Hello, welcome back to Meta Perfume. Thanks for watching. I am going to go through my entire Pacifica collection today. I acquired every single fragrance on the Pacifica site because I really vibe with the ethic of the brand, the ethos. 100% vegan and cruelty-free fragrances. I'm wearing my Animals Are Not Property t-shirt today to kind of go with the theme of anti-speciesism and veganism. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I've also planned to review, or I will have reviews for everything in this video, and you can look at just a single perfume if you want to. They'll be linked in the down bar, but I want to give a comprehensive set so you can have just a reference if you wanted to, see what's on the site and see what might sound good to you. So let me just get into it, and I think I'm going to go roughly in the order from like my least favorite to my most favorite, just to kind of give me some structure. So I'll start with my least favorite, which I reviewed. This is the Tuscan Blood Orange fragrance, and the reason it's my least favorite is because the dry down is repulsive to me. Basically, it smells great for a few minutes at the opening, and then very quickly the opening notes, which are fruity, strawberry, raspberry, blood orange, and then the base notes are supposedly orange and blood orange, which is a little bit suspect because all of those notes are kind of top notes. So whatever is happening in the base is really not working for my skin chemistry. It smells like fish to me. So this is not going to stay in my collection for very long. I'm going to give it away, and hopefully the issue that I have with chemistry on my skin and the fishy smell will not be a problem for whoever inherits this, and hopefully they like it. It doesn't get terrible reviews on Fragrantica, so I'm hoping that other people would have better luck with it than I do. So that is the Tuscan Blood Orange. And then the second to the least favorite, which is definitely not repulsive to me at all. It's a nice fragrance. It's Merlot Santo, which is sort of a piney, lemony scent, and rose. And to me, this is it smells like sawdust, like piney sawdust and crushed dried roses. It's not a juicy or fresh rose. It's a kind of a dried and dusty rose. So to me, this smells like sawdust and rose, and then the myrrh in there is kind of detectable. I'd say this is sort of a mature scent as far as the scent profile of the fragrances on Fragrantica go. And I also think, despite the pink bottle, it's sort of unisex because of the piney aspect of the scent. It's got moderate longevity. I'd say about 3 hours, maybe 4 if you spray a lot. Could be good all year round, day or night, but definitely not a real standout for my personal taste. So that is Kindred Spirit in this line. And actually, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna stick to this style of bottle. So my second least favorite, I guess these are kind of tied. The Cosmosis is a vanilla, ash, and ozonic notes fragrance. I knew it kind of had poor longevity. I'm gonna say it's not a commitment if you put it on. I think, honestly, of all of the vanilla fragrances, and Pacifica does have a lot of vanilla fragrances, we'll see those. I kind of like the scent of this one the best, I think. The vanilla and ash and ozonic notes is just kind of an interesting, and the vanilla isn't too strong. Yeah, it's pleasant, it's nice, but it doesn't last very long. So I'd say you get an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours out of this, and then you'll need to reapply. So it's more along the lines of a body spray, but a pleasant body spray. So that is, sorry about that, Twixie's chewing on the bone. That is Cosmosis. And then another vanilla here that they just recently, I think, added to maybe give it so that you can have 6 of these triangular ones, and then it makes a better, put them all together and it fits like into a hexagon, I guess, is this Hardcore Happy. And this is a coconut vanilla fragrance with, what else is in there? Tuberose. coconut, vanilla, and tuberose. And you definitely get mostly the coconut and the vanilla. And I'm gonna say, go out on a limb and say this is almost a dupe for Sud Pacific coconut, vanille cocoa, I think it's called, vanille cocoa. Yeah, it's like the poolside fragrance, very coconut, very vanilla. And I compared them next to each other, and they definitely are very similar. But this one has less longevity. I imagine it's not as expensive generally, and it's just a little bit softer of a fragrance. Whereas when I, full disclosure, I compared it to a Scentbird sample that I had from a while back, and I might have turned the Sud Pacific one. So it kind of smelled like tomato juice on my skin, so I definitely was preferencing this one because I didn't get any of that. But yeah, this is a great scent for the pool. It says that it's marketed to men and women, but I don't know, it smells like a, you know, coconut suntan lotion kind of, so I'm not sure how much that would appeal to men. But you know, it is a nice vanilla scent, vanilla coconut, tuberose. The tuberose is sort of faint, not super prominent. And the longevity is kind of weak, maybe 2 hours, maybe 2.5, 1.5, something like that. So definitely a kind of a summertime poolside vibe fragrance, hardcore happy. These are all pretty good. I like the high vibration. I think the high vibration actually is nice to layer with the Persian rose, which is one of my very favorites. I'll talk about that in a second. But the high vibration is sandalwood, jasmine, and vetiver. And to me, honestly, it smells a lot like Pepsi, like cola. And wait, no, like bottle caps. That's what this is, the one that smells like bottle caps. That candy that's like a root beer flavored hard candy. Yeah, this smells like bottle caps to me. And it's nice. I don't mind it. It's unique. It's interesting. It's kind of yummy. It's like a kind of offbeat gourmand, I guess you could say. It doesn't really smell that much like the notes, the sandalwood, jasmine, and vetiver to me somehow. Maybe just the combination of them kind of produces something unique. But it is a nice fragrance, and the longevity is decent. I would say like 4 hours maybe. And wear-wise, probably more of a, not cool weather, but like spring fall, I think is probably more appropriate for this than either the real hot or the real cold weather, although in the cold weather it could work too. And it is, I think, an uplifting kind of like hot, happy scent. I love sandalwood generally, but this to me just smells like bottle caps candy. So it's high vibration. And then my two favorite, they're kind of tied at this point, maybe. First favorite, or second maybe, I don't know. This might be my favorite, is the Sage Me. Sage Me is sage, smoke, and juniper. And I realized that I really like juniper as a note in fragrance because I've recently gotten a few other fragrances that have juniper. One of them is the Enchanted Woods, which I'll also talk about. And I really like it. So to me, juniper is kind of an intoxicating note. This smells like fresh air. It smells really nice. The sage in it is also very like refreshing and light. So yeah, I give this one high marks. I actually liked it so much, but actually the longevity is kind of poor. So I'd say 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, maybe 2 hours with this one before you need to reapply. So that's a little bit of a drawback, and I was hoping to do a layering thing because they have other products in the same scent. So I purchased the Sage Me Hair and Body Mist. Now, I tried this on, and I've tried it a couple times, and you know when you like really want something to work and you like kind of in denial that it's not working, and this is one of those things. This is not working. This smells like pickle juice. Now either, I don't know, either I get a bad batch and Fragrantica needs to do way more Q&A on their shipping before they send things out, or their like expiration dates, or it just smells like pickle juice on the skin, and there's a faint hint of the scent that you get from this. after the pickle juice dries down. So I would not recommend this if you are interested in layering it with something. I haven't tried everything else that's scented with this, but if you have, let me know if any of the other products are nice, because this one is pickly to me. And if you have any other experience with that, please also let me know, because I'm not gonna be wearing this. It's probably gonna go in the garbage. Sad. But yeah, this is nice. I do like this. And then my last, or maybe my most favorite now from this line, I was rocking this last night. It's a really simple composition, actually. This is the Tomboy Vibes, and it's got orange blossom, cannabis, and green notes. And I like it. I don't think it smells cannabis-y, like in terms of, you know, like you would smell smoke, weed smoke, or flower, like out of the jar. I don't think it smells like any of that. It's just kind of an herbaceous smell that mixes nicely with the orange blossom and gives it, you know, the green notes, just gives it kind of a, it is sort of unisex, but it's also very an uplifting fragrance. I think it's nice and light, and the orange blossom and the cannabis just meld well together apparently. So yeah, I give this high marks. Tomboy Vibes. It's a good one, and probably my favorite, or maybe tied with the Sage Me. And I think the longevity on this is actually better than this. I'd say this one you'd get 2 hours, and the Tomboy Vibes you'd probably get 3.5 or 4.5 maybe, if you sprayed more on. So this is also a good fall. I think you could rock this all year round, honestly. Just go a little bit lighter in the summer and a little heavier in the winter. But it's probably most reminiscent of a fall scent, and then in spring it would work too. So Tomboy Vibes is good. So many of these. Now we'll get into the other ones. So I'm going to start with I'll just pick this one, the Indian Coconut Nectar. Now I got Twixie's running around. Got a lotion of this too, and by using the lotion I realized I'm not a big fan of the scent. Now I think the issue is that maybe it's a little young for me. I feel like vanilla as a note is sort of more appropriate for teenagers, adolescents, and this is definitely one that is like very vanilla. It's like almost too much vanilla for me. So, you know, vanilla is okay. It's not my favorite thing. It can be done really nicely, and you know, and depending on the mix, it can be awesome. But in this, I think it's a little bit heavy, too heavy for my liking. So this is coconut, vanilla, and vetiver, and I just get a ton of the vanilla in it, and then the coconut as the second, and almost no vetiver, which is a note I really like. But yeah, this is like supposed to be a summer scent, but I think it's really heavy. I don't know, maybe as a teenager you would like this, and it would be like really like comforting with the vanilla and the coconut, but yeah, for me, it's kind of a meh. So anyway, we'll go next with the Moonray Bloom. Moonray Bloom, which is kind of a mysterious scent here. Let me find it in my little thing. So the notes on this are citruses and floral notes, which is just ambiguous as can be. Citruses and floral notes, really, like, what does that mean? But when I put it on, let's see. Oh, I'm ready. It's nice. It's not bad. It's pleasant. I like citrus, but it's hard to say what it is, which is interesting that they didn't actually list any notes, so I'm not sure what's happening with the Moonray Bloom. But it is nice. It's like it's not an overly floral, I guess. If it's got floral notes, it's sort of a nicely balanced, like light citrusy floral, but it's nondescript in terms of which floral notes are in there. Light ones, I'll just say that. I would recommend this. I think it's a good scent. it's probably a little underrated. Probably not many people are wearing it. I tried it on and I'm not sure about the longevity. I would say it's probably a 2 to 4 hour longevity on this. It doesn't seem like one that's gonna be super staying power, but yeah, I would give it a shot if you're into something that's like kind of an unobtrusive fragrance. It's something you could easily wear anywhere. Basically, it's so kind of unoffensive. It would make a good work scent, you know, just something like lightly feminine and pleasant. I'd say this Moonray Bloom is. So yeah, it's good. And yeah, oh, the Island Vanilla, another vanilla. Now this vanilla, I actually prefer to the Indian Coconut Nectar. This is a really like true vanilla. This is like a vanilla extract vanilla. Please, I'm trying to film, girl. Now be quiet. Okay, we'll hang out in a few. Okay, can you go lay down and go chill? Sorry, she needs stuff. Island vanilla. It's like vanilla extract basically. It's like very pure vanilla, and I would use this. I think if I had something where, yeah, it's nice. It's like just very straight up vanilla. And I would use this as a layering fragrance if I thought another fragrance could benefit from extra vanilla, because it doesn't have a lot of other stuff happening. It would just like up the vanilla ante in a nice, pleasant way. So as far as the vanillas go, I think this was nice actually. It's not like overwhelming. It doesn't make me just kind of like off-putting. I think it's a good one. As far as their vanillas go, this is also a favorite, and the longevity on this is way better than the Cosmosis vanilla. So this one I think I got a couple hours, and this one was definitely like a 4 to 6 hour longevity. It lasted a lot longer. So yeah, Island Vanilla, not too shabby. So next we'll go with the Tahitian Gardenia. Tahitian Gardenia. This is a true floral. I mean, obviously it's got gardenia in the name, but it is definitely like pretty unadulterated flowers and not like a fruity floral. It does have a citrus note in it, I believe. Let's see. The notes are, it's mostly gardenia. There's, I think, a tea note in it. Yes, remembering a tea note in it and a citrus note, and I think jasmine maybe, but it's just really floral. But it's nice. I mean, if you like a floral fragrance, if you like gardenia specifically, then you would love this, because it's like full-on gardenia, and the longevity is pretty good. I'd say for something that's as inexpensive as this would last, you know, 3 to 5 hours. So yeah, Tahitian Gardenia is a good one. Next, I have the Sugared Amber Dreams, and quite honestly, I have not even tried it yet, so it will be tried on right now. Okay, Sugared Amber Dreams. This one. Now, I haven't actually smelled this, so this is a first impressions right here. Sugar, amber, and vanilla are the notes. A little boozy right out of the gate. Sugar, amber, and vanilla. Yeah, definitely get the amber. Sugar is not a note that I really like think about that much. Seems like kind of a strange note, but yeah, it's nice. If you like amber, you probably like it. It seems like well balanced. It's a pleasant fragrance. Probably good for fall and winter. I don't know about the longevity. I haven't tried it on yet, so it would be alright. Yeah. So Sugared Amber Dreams, I'm going to say, if you're a fan of amber, check it out. It is a feminine, light, sugary, ambery, not too overbearing on the vanilla. It's just nicely balanced, so yeah, that is one. Now, another that I haven't had much experience with yet is the Beach Lavender Lemon. So this is a unisex fragrance. Apparently, I think lavender usually goes both ways. Can be done by men and women. Probably usually used more in male fragrances, but yeah, it's nice and light. It's lemony. The notes are lemon, lavender, grapefruit, sugar, and vanilla. Yeah, it's really nice. I'd imagine this is probably, I like lemon in the daytime, so I'm gonna say I'd recommend this for the daytime. I'd recommend this for the summertime, maybe the springtime. It's a nice light scent. I think it's actually a little unisex, maybe leaning slightly feminine, but pretty unisex. This is the Beach Lavender Lemon, and it's good. I like it. I rock that in the summer, and in the day. Probably be a good like daytime look scent too, because it's sort of uplifting and also calming with the lavender. Uplifting with the lemon, calming with the lavender. So yeah, that is not too bad. Next, I am getting to my very favorites here of the set. So, well, actually I'll go with another one that's not a favorite, but that other people really enjoy a lot. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this with fondness. This is the Himalayan Patchouli berry. And the notes in it are patchouli, sugar, geranium, and grapefruit. Now, I know I'm not a huge fan of geranium, so maybe the prominence of geranium in this is what is off-putting to me, because I generally like patchouli fragrances. I'm not opposed to patchouli. But something in this for me is just like makes it a little bit not my speed. And I think it's probably the geranium. Some people really love this though. Patchouli, sugar, grapefruit, and geranium. So, you know, if that sounds like a good thing to you and you're not opposed to geranium, then you might really like this. But for me, it's just not as appealing and not kind of my speed, but not bad. Now, the ones I really like, I'll start, these are my top 4 of the whatever the series is called, that are not in these bottles. Of my favorites that I have the roller balls in, which is basically everything except for this Tuscan blood orange. French lilac. Now, this is a very true lilac scent, which is why I like it, because I had lilac trees in my neighborhood growing up, and so it reminds me of springtime in my hood, walking by the lilac bushes, or I guess they're bushes. They're kind of like a cross between bushes and trees. But they always smell so great, and this really smells like them. It's a really nice, true lilac scent. So if you're looking for something like that, it's got lilac, hyacinth, heliotrope, magnolia petals, nectarine, and ylang ylang. But I don't get a lot of the other notes. I mean, it smells like it could be like an essential oil of lilac, which I don't believe exists, but they did a good job like recreating it. So this one I definitely give high marks. If you like lilac and you like florals, it's worth the money. It lasts a pretty long time. I'd say 4 or 5 hours. So yeah, French lilac gets high marks for me. Now, another new one I really like that I actually put on some this morning and that I'm just kind of getting to know is the Hawaiian Ruby Guava. Now, I believe I really like guava in fragrances. I've got Britney Spears Believe with patchouli and guava, and I really like that. This, I really like. The top note is pomelo, the middle note is guava, and the base note is coconut. And I don't get a lot of the coconut. I get the pomelo and the guava quite nicely though. I think I still have some on. I'd say the longevity is not amazing. It's probably 2 or 3 hours on the longevity, but it smells delicious. So I'm gonna definitely be carrying this and reapplying as needed, because it's one of those also that smells really good right as you apply it. There's no like strange alcohol smell or anything to wear off. Like, it just smells like a delicious, juicy, fruity scent as soon as you put it on. So pomelo is my favorite citrus actually, and I don't see that as a note in things, so that's probably another reason why I really like it. So yeah, Hawaiian ruby guava, delicious, yummy, fruity scent. And my top two favorites, this one is, I've been just rocking this at night because it's definitely more of a cool weather scent. This is the Enchanted Woods. I really like this. It did not get as high of rating on Fragrantica as I thought it would, given how much I like it. But it is really nice. I don't know, I think the juniper in it is just getting me. I think I'm a big fan of juniper as a note. It's got juniper, cardamom, geranium, vetiver, patchouli, and bergamot. And to me, it's kind of intoxicating. I've just been kind of adding a bunch in the evenings when it gets cool. Yes, Enchanted Woods, delicious. It's unisex probably. The geranium and the cardamom. It just smells good. I just want to put a lot on. So I feel like this rollerball is an inadequate applicator for me on this scent in particular, and I will, once I get through this, probably buy the spray bottle of it so I can apply it a little more easily. The longevity is okay. It's about 3 to 4 hours, but it's just a really lovely, intoxicating, woody but kind of complex and interesting scent. Again, the notes: juniper, cardamom, geranium, vetiver, patchouli, and bergamot. Yes, definitely unisex and definitely nice. Enchanted Woods. And I believe we're at the last one, which is my very favorite. As you can tell, I've had this for a little while and I've used some of it. I keep this with me. I don't have the box anymore, but it is the Persian rose. And I like rose scents, but I love this rose scent. Like, to me, it also kind of smells like, this one smells a little bit like Pepsi. I was thinking it was a high vibration, but that one's like bottle caps. And this one is like Pepsi. But it's myrrh, rose, fruity notes, and violet. And it just smells like the most like delicious, like if you made rose into a drink that was as refreshing as like an ice cold Pepsi, if you like Pepsi. That's what this is to me, and it's kind of intoxicating. Yeah, Persian rose is definitely my favorite of the kind of, actually it might be my favorite of all of them. Delicious, delicious, yummy rose. If you like rose, oh yes, get it, good. Alright, so that concludes my review of all 16, I think, of the Fragrantica, the Pacifica, too much talking, the Pacifica scents. I hope you like this video. I hope that, you know, if you want to see a more in-depth review of any of these individually, then I will link everything in the down bar. And happy shopping. And please subscribe and like this video if you can. I'll talk to you soon. See you in my next one. Thanks. Bye bye.